little. Have you ever noticed in that what it says underneath yours and my name?
What's it say?
You never picked up on it.
No, what's it say?
You're gonna have to just watch it again some other time and figure it out.
Oh man, that's asking a lot of me.
Oh, now you see. Now you did it because you did it to me.
Don't start with that. Not
You,
tonight. Not doing it.
you,
Not starting with it tonight. So how's it been going?
good. And see, and you're even copying my colors here.
Yeah, Brett. No, so my wife made me put this color on today. She said I'm wearing too much black, so she made me put some color on. She said I'm putting. See Christina Christina Wayne, not a mom. So I'm sitting over here playing with my dunny. You know, sometimes I do that. Did you see what I made for him? You see what I
Yes,
made?
this little lightsaber.
He's got a little lightsaber. so so I'm gonna make a Sith. Sith it is. Sith is coming soon. Sith is coming soon.
Nothing wrong with that.
You know,
Nothing wrong with that.
somebody at the gym asked me if because we were talking about Star Wars and we were talking about like, you know, what would you be if you were a Star Wars character? And I told him that I would be a Sith and you would have thought I would have slapped someone. And for some reason I just don't know why people think it's that like hard to conceive that if I was going to be a in Star Wars that I would be a Sith. 100% I would be a Sith. Thousand percent.
Well, see, it's I don't know. I don't know what it's like in other parts of the country. I mean, that's always an open question out here in the Walt Disney World type area since Galaxy's Edge is
Right.
just in my backyard. Um, you got a lot of people that are go straight Sith, and a lot of people that go straight Jedi. So it's really a mixed bag, to be honest with you.
Well, you would have thought that like I had the whole gym involved in this conversation by the time it was over. It's like no, 100%. I don't know why that's so difficult to like conceive. 100%. I would be a Sith.
But
I
see,
mean,
there would be a lot of people, especially that are in those what do you call them, the Legion infantry groups all around the country that do like stormtrooper groups and stuff like that. They're all Sith. Well, I
yeah,
guess they're Republic, but Empire.
I don't know if you could consider a stormtrooper like a Sith because they're kind of forced to be a stormtrooper, right? I mean, if we go through some of the like backstory, like with the last movie that came out, stormtroopers are kind of forced to be like
Well, I guess you would
stormtroopers.
have to say a Sith is a Jedi of sorts.
Right.
So, and the stormtrooper is not a Jedi because they can't hit anything when they shoot
So
anyway.
the
So,
Sith would essentially be a Jedi that chose a different path. And like if you think about it, some of the Siths even like turn good because like even Darth Vader had some moments where he did some good things. Now, did that make him a good person? Probably not, but he still had his moments, right? And for some reason their suits are a lot cooler. I think the lightsabers are a lot cooler. And they get to dress up. I'm 100% down with this. I get to like do some dressing up and I get to like have a cool colored lightsaber. I'm 100% down with the Sith. It seems like it's more fun to me to walk on that side than it would be to try
I
and.
can definitely see that, but I think I kind of like the stealthiness and the charisma that a Jedi has. To be honest with you,
Fair enough. Fair enough. But I still, you know, I could do the whole Darth Maul makeup, and you know that I could play that or the what's the other one Darth Bane. I could do like the whole Darth Bane makeup. I look, those are just really cool sifs to me. Really cool sifs to me. How's your week been going, man?
not bad, not bad. It's been an interesting week. We of course we had Mother's Day this past weekend, and you know we wanted to. My wife wanted to spend Sunday Mother's Day with her mom, so her mom pretty much just came over the house on Sunday morning. So it was weird because Saturday I told you guys that we were going to Magic Kingdom this weekend. Well, and we were supposed to go to Grand Floridian Cafe, which is a place my wife is really. We've kind of in the past at some point we were making a tradition and we kind of missed the past 2 years. So originally I booked Grand Floridian Cafe like 2-3 months ago, and I figured, well, we're there. I found reservations for Magic Kingdom. I said, let's just, we can just take the boat over there and go from there. So my wife started messaging me on Saturday and said, hey, let's cancel Grand Floridian Cafe. We really can't do all day park anymore. So let's just focus on Magic Kingdom because the kids really want to go to Magic Kingdom. We'll go to there about 3 o'clock ish. Go from there. Kind of take it an easy morning. So I'm like, okay, I get that. So we get to Saturday and we're going, and she went outside for some reason, I think to go put the dog in or take the dog out, something like that. And she's like, man, it is muggy outside. I'm like, great, that's gonna be awesome for Magic Kingdom. And so we decided to pivot, and we're like, what if we go to a water park? What if we go to Typhoon Lagoon? So we're like, okay, so we make that, and I just figured I've been hearing that the parks have been getting low occupancy, so I was like, well, figured the water, because they only got one water park open right now. It's like, oh, the water park should be fairly quiet. So we drive in there, and the place is packed.
Yeah, it's a water park.
And we got in there about 1:30. The place closes at 5. Good 3-4 hours is usually pretty good for us. And you can see this storm coming along in the background. We're like, well, we're just gonna go for it, see what happens. And you can just see this black clouds just rolling for a while. We got so lucky. We had a small drizzle, and luckily we happened to be in the lazy river at the time. And but we didn't really get much of anything until the very, very end of the day. Just after we finished changing into our regular clothes, it started sprinkling. And that was it. We actually got very lucky. I was gonna film. I did bring my stuff. I actually have some GoPro footage. I still got to pull off and make some shorts out of it. But it was so packed that I wouldn't have been able to do a tour around there with the amount of people on the walkways and stuff like that. So
What kind of GoPro do you have?
forget it, huh?
What kind of GoPro do you have?
I think I got an older one now. I think it's like a 5 or 6.
Oh, I was about to tell you, the last GoPro I bought was a 5. It was that little cube. I still
Oh,
use
that
that
cube,
stupid.
yeah.
I still use that stupid cube every once in a while. Have you ever?
For a 5 and 6, it still gives great video.
Well, have you ever stuck it in your dishwasher?
No.
You've never stuck one in your what have you done with your life?
Uh,
What do you do with yours?
a lot of times I don't use it as much as I used to. A lot of times people look at me funny because when we've gone to the parks or stayed out of the parks and we'll go to the pool, my kids like to take it around and take it on slides and stuff. And people look at me funny. I'm like, dude, they come up when I opened up that box when I got my GoPro. It said, if you can figure out how to break this, we'll replace it.
That's right.
So I've never worried about letting my kids go run around the water.
Will they replace them for real?
At first, I don't know. It's never broken, so I
wonder,
can't tell.
Will GoPro replace my GoPro now because I broke my GoPro?
No, I don't know.
I wonder if they'll replace it. Will they? That's an interesting question. Somebody throw me a yes or no over there if you know. How about we hit that chat real quick though? I see that we got a lot of awesome people in the chat right now sharing this live because they're trying to bring all of their friends over to hang out. We truly appreciate
Let's go ahead and hit this. Of course, early in the chat, we had Christina Payne.
Christina is
what's
in
going
the house.
on? Appreciate you stopping by. We got Zach Bonifer in the house. What's going on? We've got our good friend Dead Zone Citizen again. He was with us last week. And we've got Johnny Funko / Diz Tracker.
Diz Tracker's in the house. Johnny Funko, we appreciate you, brother. You're going to be going over there soon, aren't you?
Yes.
You're going to hang out with them soon?
And see, that brings up to this weekend again, because, and of course we got Wayne's wife in the house, because Johnny was, of course, you've been on Johnny's show.
Yes, I have. Be careful; he's dangerous.
There's a lot of things that's
dangerous
that he wants for the setup and stuff like that, and I'm totally cool with that. He was asking me about my promo video. I said, yeah, I originally when he told me about it last week, I was like, you know what? Hey, I'm going to Magic Kingdom. This would be a great opportunity to do a promo video there. And then that whole thing got kind of squashed. And then I think I was thinking about doing one at Typhoon Lagoon, and then I completely forgot. So I was like, oh crap. All right. So I just did one in the studio yesterday. Yeah, so it should be interesting. I'll be on there on Saturday, and again, I told him that I didn't receive any I guess sometimes he does it with guests. He sends them questions in advance. I told him I don't care to know the questions in advance, so just go for it.
No, I've done gotten so prima donna that I have to what's it called? How do you say it? I have to what is it called? What is it called when you like have somebody send you all the questions in advance?
I have no idea.
What's it called? I have to what's it called? You have to like make sure they're okay. What's that called?
Approve them?
I have to approve them first. No, I'm just kidding. I wing everything.
No.
I ain't everything.
I figured I'm gonna do it just like we do our show. You know, we kind of just wing it and see what happens. And you know, it's kind of I kind of work the best that way. So I'd rather people just
My
don't
wife's like, screen them. That's right. I gotta screen them first.
screen them.
I
There
have
you
to,
go.
I have to approve of the questions that are going to be asked to me before I can answer them. Just in the event of that I'm not going to be able. The only thing I said to him, I said when they were doing their they do this really cool like trivia. They're toward like the middle or the end. I can't really remember where, but somewhere in there, they do this cool trivia. And the only thing I said was, "Hey guys, y'all got to keep these questions like pretty like low IQ because I'm a pretty stupid person." I was like, "So if you think that like you're gonna make them hard, you might want to back that down a little."
Yeah,
Like,
he had asked me that today. He's like, "Hey, we do a trivia. You know, you got a favorite show or something like that?" I'm like, "Dude, just do Disney. Make it easy."
well, I told them they had to like dummy down the questions a little bit. I mean, you don't try and make them too intellectual because that's not what you're dealing with. Hey, look, man. Sometimes we just got to be honest. So there's, Funko here lately has their marketing team or just their like ability to get news out has been very bad. I mean, it's been very bad. I mean, and when I
Yeah,
say
but
like,
has it really been good by any means? It's always been somewhat bad to begin with.
I think that they used to be better than they are at telling you what pops are coming or like what exclusives are going to be out there, or even their Instagram used to be better about giving you information than what you get now. I mean, all right, so let's talk about the new Transformer pops that are coming out. I think that these were maybe done okay. I don't really know what these are about. I was kind of hoping that maybe you could tell me or somebody else in the
These are
chat.
usually, and Chase is usually better on it. He's big on the Transformer pops, but this is for the new movie. This is for the Rise of the Beast.
Yes, so this is 100% for the Rise of the Beast. They have it's like the typical like Funko Pops, right? This Bumblebee to me is probably a must, though. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
like the action pose of Bumblebee.
I think this is probably the best Bumblebee that I've seen. Pop Scott, how you
Yeah.
doing, brother? It is good to see you in the house.
Well, because all the
Good
other
to see you in the house.
Transformers, I think, were very blocky of sorts. I guess
Yes,
that's what I want to use.
it's kind of like the pop thing, though, right? I mean, the
Yeah.
pop thing has always kind of been to be a blockhead, right? I mean, it's
Oh,
just kind of the pop thing. But the Bumblebee in this one is by far one of the coolest Transformer pops I've ever seen. But I've also really like Bumblebee because he's a car and I'm a car person, so that's just the way that is. But then you have the Optimus Beast. Do you see the what looks to like
like a
God,
Kong.
like King Kong
Yeah.
down there? So this thing is supposed to be the Optimus Beast. I don't know exactly what the other ones are in this group. I mean, they don't. I'll go back here and flip and see if they really tell us, but I don't really think they tell us. They don't. They
Hey,
just
Scott, sorry, guys, Scott, good seeing you real quick. I don't know if you know who Pop Scott is, but it's been a long time since I've seen this guy, and every time I see him, it's always good. I appreciate you stopping in, man.
I don't know if I know who Pop Scott is. I'm sure that I've seen him around.
He's he's I believe he's from Chicago, and him and I did a like sports type thing with two boys and um who who's God the duck who does duck races? I don't know why I can't get his name in my head right now.
Oh man, what's his name? Fox Crown does the
Fox.
duck. Yeah,
We did a thing
Fox Crown.
for a while there, and you know we kind of just slowly moved away from it, but it was a lot of fun doing it with him, and you know, but he's a great guy. Haven't seen him in a while. I know he started doing video. He was doing videos and he stopped for a while, and then he started doing videos again, and then he slowed down. But hey, whatever you enjoy and what you find fun, that's what you do. I we don't I don't take my channel too seriously. I just kind of, like I said, I use it as a hobby. But you know, I'd like, well, I don't know. But it's good to see you nonetheless, brother. Very good to see you.
Good to see you. Good to see you. I appreciate everybody that comes and hangs out with us. I mean, everybody that comes and hangs out with us is really awesome people. I mean, we've kind of always have the same core
D of a
group
kind.
that comes and hangs out with us. So I truly appreciate all of you guys for coming and hanging out with us. I really, really, really do. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate y'all. But so this is the Optimus Beast. I don't know who the other ones are. I'm sure that they're all part of the same front that we just seen a second ago in that group. And then I think this is all of them that they've kind of disclosed on what's coming out. And the kind of the problem with the Optimus Prime, and maybe not so much so Bumblebee, is that they continuously come out with Optimus Prime all the time. I mean, I bet they come out, and I don't know this for a fact, but I bet that we see 3 or 4 variants of Optimus Prime every year. I bet that we're on the 3rd variant just this year of Optimus Prime. I mean,
Well,
so
he's the most iconic character of the Transformer series. So.
right, but you can't beat one character to death and expect everyone to continuously collect it, right? I mean, it's, or at least I don't think you can.
How many times have we beaten Darth Vader?
Oh,
to death?
I'm so tired of Darth Vader's. Darth Vader's are another one that's just absolutely insane to me. That we just continuously see the Darth Vaders over and over and over and over and over again. Did you see that? This is what I mean now when I say that their lack of marketing. Funko has this lack of marketing, and this is. Did you see that they got a new NFT drop that's going on? So they have a new NFT drop. This is one of them that you're really going to be against. You're actually you probably won't be against this one. You're probably going to get a good laugh out of this one. So they are coming out with the Dark Knight Trilogy X, and this is going to a Trilogy 10, however you want to say it. I mean, if you're going to put 10, don't use the X to me, because then it just means X. But I'm sure that they do what they want. So they're coming out with the new NFT that's going to be.
I typically expect DC to whore themselves out.
Right, so it's going to be the 23rd of this month. DC is going to whore themselves out to Funko the 23rd of this month. Here's the thing though, right? And this is what I mean by like marketing, right? I'm really bad at marketing, and I know that you're not the greatest at it. You're probably better at it than I am, but you're not the greatest at it either. I mean, right? We have admitted to each other that we're just not the best marketing team, right? I never have been, probably never will be, to be completely honest. It's just who I am. But this is the only sneak preview that they have put out of these digital copies of NFTs. This is it. This is as good as it gets, guys. This is their promotion. Andy Roberts, it is good to see y'all in the house. Haven't seen you in a while.
I know.
What's going on in the UK? So this is as good as their marketing team gets. If you go to the digital Funko and look at the NFT drop, the only thing you can see is the outside of the pack. It basically tells you that the rest is coming soon. Now, it's the 16th of this month, so the rest is coming soon. When exactly would the rest be coming soon? I mean, if this drops on the 23rd, it's the 16th now. That gives them a solid 7 days to come up with a better marketing plan than they have at this moment. I mean, say what you want, but I think they can come up with a better marketing ideas than what they've been doing. And this kind of seems to lately just kind of be the Funko thing. Is that the look in Dead Zone probably has it. Maybe this is a valid point, maybe it's not a valid point, but let me tell you why I don't believe that any of the NFTs sell out anymore. They, at some point during the day, they decide to cut off sales of the NFTs and then say that they're sold out, when in fact they didn't sell out. The only reason we know that is they got caught a couple of times doing it. And then I think at some point they admitted that at certain time they just cut them off and that's it. And that's why all of the redeemables don't actually get redeemed, and that's why they have all of the NFT problems that they have is because at some point they just cut off the sales to make it look as if they sold out, which also kind of affects the secondary market. I mean, you know how the manipulation goes, right? The manipulation grows and grows and grows, just depending on how you play the game, and they play the game very well. I mean, we have to give them credit for playing the game very well. They're very good at playing the game. But it's a lottery system. I mean, it's 100% a lottery system. It takes the shit.
It is for sure. And like I said, I mean, I get it now after a little bit more explaining. I still don't, just for the simple fact of trying to get the actual pops. I somewhat get it. I still won't do it. Just there's nothing out there that's really bringing it to my attention that I want something digital that I can't fully hold in my hand. I can't do it. But I think, I mean, this is. I mean, let's talk about beating dead horse. I mean, Batman's just done way too much over, and what we're gonna do now. Mind you, I'm a big fan of the Dark Knight trilogy. It's probably one of the few Batman series I actually like. But if we're gonna do the Dark Knight trilogy, then we're gonna do we're gonna break down each Batman movie as it is, and do those too. I mean, I don't get it. It to me, you're beating a dead horse with this, and it to me, and I'm pretty sure they already did some sort of DC NFT already once before of sorts. So they're just regurgitating their licenses over and over again. They've already done like 2 Hanna-Barbera versions.
Yes.
I mean they're just regurgitating their license, and it's like, well, I don't know. Again, you all know my feelings against NFTs, and you're going to combine NFT with another thing I truly despise, which is DC. So I mean, it's a lose for me.
All right, so let me get that moved down for a minute. I just kind of wanted to bring that up. If you're into the NFTs, you know how we feel about them. We're not super into them. If you're going to go after that limited edition Funko Freddy, I think that you were just talking about that. I think that's maybe a fun thing to do, where you try and collect them all. But I'm not going to spend that kind of money, and it's not worth it to me to try and like fight to get them. It would. So far, I haven't found the one that I would fight to get. Pokemon last Halloween, came out with a trick or trade pack that they were putting in the stores. They only stayed in the stores for a slight moment, and then a lot of places like mine never seen them. I got to see a couple of channels open them. I got to see a couple of channels like talk about them. Your Walmart, if you're into this kind of stuff, Walmarts are just now starting to get these trick or trade 40 packs, 3 cards per pack is inside of these. These things are actually made to be giving out at Halloween. They're like $17, all taxes in. So I mean, with 40 of them in there, if you had 40 kids that come by your house, I mean, that's not going to be a terrible. If you're one of those houses that have a lot of people that come to your house, then that's probably not like the right thing to do, unless you're just rolling in it like some houses are that give away the full size candy bars. I know you know which ones I'm talking about. Those are like the holy grails of houses. but they're just starting to hit your Walmart. So Halloween's come a little bit early this year. If that's something that you get into, go check out your Walmart. I know that there's a lot of these sitting in Walmarts right now. I had to grab a pack because they were super rare when they came out. You weren't getting your hands on them. And I don't know if Pokemon just kind of dropped the ball on what was going on there, or what happened. I was trying to get to Dead Zone's comment when he said, yeah, I mean, that's the problem, is how long it takes to get them, for sure. I mean, that is the problem with the NFTs, is how long it takes to get them. But I think there's so many other problems with them as well. Quick Draw says that
I will say, speaking of your Pokemon items, I know we've had them in there before. I want to remind everybody that the egg box is still up, and I actually have not changed anything. So all the eggs that got opened up last week are still in the out basket right now. So we have a couple things up. I've still got the Black Widow soda. I've got the 50th anniversary Skyliner from Disney. And then Wayne's got a couple items still. Those are still in the box.
Well, I got the one I haven't sent to Johnny Funko yet. Johnny Funko, I still need to get this one out in the mail to you. We have Felix the cat that's in the box. We have the Star Wars mini. Still got like 20 of these things sitting around here. And we have the Pokemon booster pack, Darkness Ablaze. These things are pretty awesome. I think I've got like 40 of these sitting around here too.
And don't forget, guys, this is 100% crowdfunding. We do not hide what we are doing, and we tell you guys exactly what's going on. So 100% crowdfunding. So it's what do we say? $3 for one egg, $5 for 3 eggs. No, $2 for 1 egg, $5 for 3 eggs, and $10 for 6.
There you go. Sounds right to me.
How it rolls, and those are all in super chat. So
sounds right to me.
We don't hide what we are doing. We don't try to. We come out right out front to tell you guys. So.
Did you see this mystery box that Funko just recently
I saw
released?
something come through my watch about it, but I could have sworn they've already done this similar type of biggie before.
So this is the New York Comic Con last year. New York Comic Con Biggie Small. So I guess if you missed the Biggie Smalls from last year at the New York Comic Con, this is that biggie from that one. Now I actually have this biggie, so I didn't miss this biggie. This was 100% another one of their money grab mystery boxes. I didn't get it. I think that, remember when we were talking about the Venom mystery box, right? Yeah, the first time was shame on me. So
fooled you once, shame on
right.
You. We do it again, shame on
fooled me twice, shame on me, right? I mean, so they got me on the first one with the whole like they actually got me on 2 of them. They got me with the Black Friday or the Cyber Monday mystery box they did last year that we kind of thought was a money grab, but we were all hoping that it wasn't. Then they got me with the Venom mystery box. So this one they weren't getting me with this one.
Now, mind you, that Venom is awesome. That Venom is awesome, but is it $30 awesome? Because that's really what you bought that mystery box for. You break this one down. This one's $50 this time. That's roughly a little less than $10 a pop because you're getting 6 pops with this. But I will 100% tell you all those 5 items, 100% product dump.
So I like what Quick Draw says here. They must have finally found the container that they were lost in. I mean, there's probably a little bit of truth to that.
As you can see, the Venom one sold out rather quickly.
Right.
This one's still for sale.
It is still for sale, and that's kind of where I was going with it. Is you can kind of tell that this one struck everybody a little differently with the fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. That a lot of people didn't fall for it this time, and that biggie. I mean, how many of these biggies could they possibly have? It was a convention biggie. I hold on. I guess they could have hundreds and thousands of these things because we now know that Funko will hoard them in their distribution center, and there's also rumors. I don't know if we ever talked about this, but let me pull this down real quick. Do you know that there's rumors that Funko is hoarding some, and I've got this from a source that worked at Funko, that there's rumors that they are hoarding some of their OG Funko Pops in their warehouse. Like some of their year 1 Funko Pops are being hoarded in their warehouse.
No.
Yeah, so there's strong rumor that Funko has year 1 stuff in their warehouse, and they say that they're saving it for a rainy day, which makes me believe Funko is flipping their own pops. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I wouldn't be surprised by any means. I wouldn't be surprised by any means.
That's what that makes me believe when I hear that you're saving it for a rainy day. But there is rumors out there, and I say rumors, but I can tell you that the rumors started from somebody that directly worked inside of there. But there is strong rumors that they hoard their own product. I don't know if that's true, but I do believe that it's true. This one was a strong no for me, though. I mean, this one was 100%.
Especially if you've already got the biggie. If you've already got it, then I mean, I get it. Dead Zone said he picked it up because he didn't have the biggie.
Yeah, if you don't have the biggie, I can see it.
But if you already have it, I mean, really, why do you want 5 product dump items that probably should just go into 5 below and then try to be distributed that way? I don't know,
Look, Dead Zone brings up a valid point. This actually is a really good deal. I mean, when you think about that, it's 6 pops all together at $50. It's cheaper than $10 a pop. I mean, so honestly, it is a good deal. I have a feeling though that it's going to be 10 rock pops that no one wanted, and
What I mean, I
that's
think on the last one you got the Observer. I mean,
yeah.
come on. I
I
mean,
got the Watcher,
a
and
Watcher.
yeah, the Watcher,
I mean, that thing's worth a whole $2
and I
probably.
got Loki President, President Loki.
Both
I
trash.
mean,
Both
so,
trash.
but he is 100% correct. That is a pretty decent deal if that's what you're into.
Did you know that? See, before I brought this up, I was getting all ready. Do you know that Peter Pan has been around for 70 years?
70 years, Peter Pan is. I did not know that, but I'm
Well,
not
now the
surprised to
story's
hear
been
that.
around for a lot longer, but the very first Walt Disney animated cartoon of Peter Pan came out 70 years ago.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised that's fact, because they just gave like the Funko Freddy Peter Pan. They Funko had him at their last convention. I think it was WonderCon,
Hmm.
where they had the chance where you could get in the raffle and you could get the. So I'm not surprised that this is his 70th birthday. I just didn't know that this was that 70th birthday. It's really awesome though, and there's a lot of cool stuff that's come out in Disney lately, so it doesn't
Yeah,
surprise me.
and there's a lot of anniversaries hitting all kind of at once and stuff like that. But yeah, this is definitely fun and cool. Now, again, I love the original cartoon. I have recently seen the remake. I mean, how many times has it been remade? But the newer adaptation of Peter Pan with the Peter Pan and Wendy, I believe, on Disney Plus. Didn't care for it, to be honest with you.
I haven't seen it.
And I absolutely love the guy. I love the actor who played Hook, but I hate his adaptation of Hook.
Oh,
If that makes any sense.
who was the actor that played Hook?
Who was it? I can't remember right now. It was he's a well-known actor as well.
How did Hook lose his hand?
It depends on which story you hear. It's typically by the TikTok croc, but in this adaptation, Peter cut it off. In some adaptations, Peter cut it off. Some adaptations, the croc ate it off. In multiple ways like that.
Dead Zone is killing it tonight. Dead Zone, I think you made a mistake, man. I think that was an accident, Dead Zone.
It was Jude Law. Jude Law played Hook in Peter Pan and Wendy, and I like I said, I like him as an actor. I think he's done some great items. I did not care for his portrayal of Hook in this. I didn't like it at all. But we have to stop real quick and give a huge superhero landing. Of course, 20. So that means that is what, 12? Jeez, I need another basket for how many? That's what, 12 eggs?
He said I need another basket.
I got 3. But I do like these a lot. I like that they included the mermaids. I would have liked to see if they're going to go into that route. I would have liked to see them include the the Indians as well in there. And what the hell is her name? It was Tiger Lily. I would like to see them add Tiger Lily to that, to be honest with you. But I need to go back to before we open these up. I need to go back to this real quick. And did you see the other part of this? Let me go back to that.
What are we doing?
Did you see the other part of this? What else they released as far as Peter Pan? And I'm mixed bagged with this because they released another movie poster.
I don't this one doesn't like jump out at me. This is not something that I'd be doing to get. The only one that really has jumped out at me thus far was Snow White and Alice in Wonderland. Those were the only two, and maybe that's just because those are the two that I like the most.
Mm-hmm.
But those were the two that jumped out at me. The rest of them really haven't like done it for me, and this one really doesn't do it for me at all.
I love the ones like the Snow White. the Lady and the Tramp, the ones that they use the original movie poster for it. Whereas like Alice in Wonderland, they did not use the original movie poster. This is not the original movie poster of Peter Pan. In fact, the original movie poster looked a whole lot differently. This is, I don't even know where this picture honestly comes from. I'm not sure where they got this adaptation from, but the only thing I'm thinking of the reason they did it to have a better portrayal of Tink. I do like the use of Tinkerbell in this, but that's the only reason I could think that they kind of did it. But I don't know. I think especially the Peter Pan writing, all of that. I don't like it. I don't get it. I don't whatever.
It looks all right. So every once in a while, as an artist, you put things in places purposely,
mm-hmm.
and you get a laugh out of it, right? I mean, you get a little laugh out of it. You know it's there. Most people know it's there unconsciously, but they don't like fully consciously grab that there's something a little off with this picture. Why does Tinkerbell, the way she's flying away or whatever it is she's doing, look like she's coming from his crotch? Look, I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Well, it's supposed to be a pixie dust trail. Is
that what that's supposed to be?
That's what Tink, of course, is a keeper of the pixie dust. So a lot of times she always has a trail of pixie dust, and that's why if you look at the picture in the background, it's got that pink and yellow swoosh that comes up behind her, and the yellow is kind of that aura that Tink gives. But that it's supposed to be the trail of pixie dust, is what it
is. Is that what's going on right there? Because I'm gonna be honest with you,
and I would agree. I didn't even notice this at first, but yeah, I mean, I'm hoping it looks differently, but look at all this dead space up at the top of this poster.
The 8-year-old boy in me says that's not Tinkerbell. That's something else going on there, and and it's just it is wrong, man. It look like Dead Zone just pointed out. It has all kinds of dead space up above it, right? So you got all that negative space up above it. And then you got Tinkerbell coming from a strange place, right? And I get what they were maybe going for with the pixie dust coming behind her, but couldn't they have just put stars? Did it have to did it have to?
I just think there are slight stars. If you actually look at this picture on here is not the greatest. I'm looking at it on my bigger screen. There are throughout the pixie dust trail, you do have kind of stars that do go through it, that do kind of pop out of it. But I don't know. Like I said, I think if you wanted to find, there's got to be so many more pictures out there to use to have Peter Pan and Tink in the same area. I just think this was a bad one to pick. Now, does that mean that I would? Yeah. Does that mean that if I found this for a cheaper price on Amazon, that I would probably still get it? Yes, I probably still would buy this but I wouldn't buy it for full price. To be honest, I'd wait till it went on sale on Amazon. But that one, yeah. But I still think these ones are on fire. I think these ones are pretty awesome.
Yeah, that other one, the 8-year-old boy in me is just not gonna unsee what I seen. Let's get those eggs, man. What are we waiting on? Let's pull those eggs. Oh,
so we got 12 of them. We got 12 of them. Do we have anything new? I mean, there's still some eggs in there, which means depending on what we pull here.
Oh, you mean he could go 12-0? He could go 12-0. Let's see if
that would be weird.
That would be really weird. That'd make me think Chris set you up.
So far, not so good.
Oh, doesn't fell out.
We got one. Well, let's open them all up.
What do we got?
Still
Keep
nothing.
going. How many is that so far?
I got 5 more, so that's
5 more.
7. One out of 8. I just grabbed 12 random ones.
I don't know, man.
And one more.
No whammies, no whammies.
Oh, wow. One. Hey, sometimes that's how it is. What do we have here? He's got the 50th anniversary Skyliner.
That's pretty awesome. Let me see that 50th anniversary
That
Skyliner.
thing is actually really. I actually bought a second one just for myself. It's actually because out here at Disney we have something called the Skyliner. It's basically like a gondola type of system, and they actually have a lot of the gondolas wrapped with these. And they did have a 50th one. Since 50th anniversary stopped at the end of October, they have removed the 50th one. But it's kind of cool because you can kind of take it out and hang it. Like so.
So it comes with a stand and all is what you're
Yeah.
saying. Yes, I see that it comes with a stand.
Comes with a stand, especially that this is a 50th anniversary. Do what you want with it. I mean, there's not any more 50th anniversary products since that is all done. So that one's. I think that's a pretty cool item.
I like that.
If you're gonna go 1 for 12, I think that's a pretty cool one.
That was probably the one to go 1 for 12 with. I'm with you.
So
have you seen? Check this out. Has anybody seen the Mario movie that came out?
Yes, my kids want to see that right away, right after it came out, and they loved it. I think it was great because there was a lot of Easter eggs in that movie. If you're an old school Nintendo fan.
So check this out. Why did I remove that? So check this out. It is now available on Amazon Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime Video,
wow, really?
You can actually go watch the Super Mario Brothers movie. I don't have Amazon Prime Movie. I'm not going to buy Amazon Prime Movie just so that I can watch this movie. But if you already have it, know that it's out there. Go check it out. Come back and tell me if it's any good. I can't imagine this movie is any good, but look, I've been wrong about other things, so it wouldn't surprise me that if I'm completely off and this movie is phenomenal. I'm hoping that somebody in the chat has seen this though, and they're going to tell me if it's good or not. When do you plan on watching this? Do you have Amazon?
Well, like I said, we went to the theaters and watched it. What?
You've seen it?
Yes, I've seen it.
It's good. Is it good?
I liked it. I think it was very well. I think that I loved the old Easter eggs throughout.
What does Mario sound like talking?
I mean, it's Chris Pratt.
What does he sound like?
He put a twist on it. I mean, he's got the classic, Mario type of sounds, but I mean, he talks like a regular person type say, because like I said, it's Chris Pratt that plays Mario. It's Charlie Day that does Luigi. Luigi's kind of a scaredy cat, which kind of makes sense. It kind of plays into the Luigi's Mansion type idea. And I know I've already read that they've already licensed all the actors for 2 more movies.
2 more movies.
2 more movies.
They're going to do 2 more of these Mario movies.
You got to think this thing, up until Guardians of the Galaxy, has been holding the number one movie in the box office.
What?
And it's been huge.
Are you pulling my leg right now?
No, it was up until, and it was kind of funny because Chris Pratt was in it, and it was kind of making funny that a Chris Pratt movie bumped off another Chris Pratt movie off of the top movie, the top one, and it's made a lot of movie, and I can see that you've got 2 other Super Nintendo lands. First one being in Japan, the second one being in LA. At the Universal Studios over there, and they're building the 3rd one out here right now for the new Universal Studios park, and it's just going to promote this even more. It's going to be huge. People are going to love it. They're going to be able to incorporate it even more, and I think it's going to be done. I think, like I said, overall I think the movie was well done. I give it a good homage to the original game, to be honest.
I think you're pulling my leg right now.
I enjoyed it. I
think you're 100% pulling my leg.
And Jack Black playing Bowser was freaking awesome.
What? I think Chase is pulling my legs as well.
No,
so it
was a good movie.
Did you know that
Candyman says it was an awesome movie?
Did you know Red Wing was commissioned to make the Mario boot? So Red Wing has actually made that Mario boot that you see there as a promotional item for the movie. They said that they're not going to be actually making the boot. I have my fingers crossed that they do actually make a Mario boot, because I am 100% going to order a Mario boot if they in fact make one, and then I'm going to run around and I'm going to be like, yippee, yahoo! Everywhere I go.
I'll even throw it out there. A little bit of trivia. If you've watched the movie, there's a small part in the beginning where Mario is actually playing an NES, an original NES, and he's playing a game on there. Now, of course, he's not playing Mario Brothers, but he is playing a game on there. Who have seen this can name what that game was? Because I picked it out right away.
Was it Duck Hunt?
Wasn't
Duck Hunt? Zelda.
No. It was an old classic game. I mean, I think it was popular. I remember it because I remember playing the game.
It was Zelda. They just came out with.
Oh no, that would have been cool though.
They just came out with.
Here's where I will say. Here's where I will say. If this movie is as successful as it is, doing it in this way, this is just opening the floodgates for it to. I would love to see a Zelda game. To be honest with you, I think a Legends of Zelda would be fantastic to do. You already introduced Donkey Kong, that is voiced by Seth Rogen, and I think that just opens up another Donkey Kong Country. I mean, you can spin off on this 1,000 ways Sunday, and this is why Nintendo doesn't license their stuff. They're just going to capitalize on this 1,000 ways.
Yeah, forever. They're just forever and ever going to continue capitalizing off of their stuff because they covet it as much as they do. Right? You have to give them credit for not like giving the farm away. I mean, there's a lot to be said about Nintendo not just giving everything away, and they just haven't given everything away.
I mean, you got to imagine that somebody up there in Funko headquarters before the Super Mario Brothers movie came out had to have been trying to throw the bank at Nintendo to get that license.
100%. I'm sure that's happened a bunch of times, but like I said, you have to give them credit for
Zach Boniford did catch it. He was playing Kid Icarus.
What? Why wouldn't he have been playing like Zelda? I mean, they just came out with the new Zelda
Kid Icarus was such a classic.
Why wouldn't they come out with
for NES?
Why wouldn't they have come out with the Duck Hunt? That to me was far more classic.
Well, and I mean, another, like I said, it's just small Easter eggs like that. Like even the pizza parlor that they're in, it's called Punch Out Pizzeria. And it was just, there were so many small Easter eggs.
I forgot all about Punch Out. I need Punch Out. I need a Nintendo. I keep saying that I'm gonna buy an old NES Nintendo, and
you don't even need that anymore because I got the Switch for the kids, and you can for free. You can actually download Super NES and Nintendo, like this thing, and it downloads. You can download all kinds of old school games on.
No, you can't.
Oh yes, I do it all the time on their Switch.
Punch Out. Oh,
yes, I've already played Punch Out.
I'm knocking Mike Tyson out. He's going down. I'm knocking him straight out.
You gotta get past King Hippo first.
Yeah, he's going down. He's going down. So I'm going to get into a subject that I've kind of been trying to avoid. It's going to be Funko's first quarter report. So and I've been avoiding this because I've tried to stay away from like let's play off negativity to get views. But I see that we got the normal crowd in here that we always have, and I know that they know that's not the case. So we're going to go over this for a minute, but I'm not going over this because I want to get negative. I'm going over this because I want to lay out a conversation for everybody to think about, and I kind of want to know everybody's feedback. So in Funko's first quarter report, they show a loss of $61.1 million is what they lost in their first quarter. That's quite a chunk of a change, but it's also coming from a company that's been having $240 million quarters. I mean, so it's kind of crazy to see that. But in this report that I'm reading, they have discovered, as you can tell from the title of this, they are starting to shift the sales from the stores directly to their website because they have seen that there's a strategy for them to do this because they have a 61% increase in their website versus the stores. So the shift is going to be from their brick and mortars. So that would be their Hollywood, that would be Hot Topic, that would be FYE, that'd be Walmart, that basically be everywhere that they sell pops outside of their website. They're going to start moving that more and more into their website, which explains some things, right? This explains why they have all of the exclusives now. No matter whether it's FYE or if it's Hot Topic or if it's Box Lunch or if it's Walmart, you can go on to their site and go through the exclusives and you can find them there.
Which I don't really like.
I don't either, and that's the conversation that I wanted to talk about. So if their strategy coming into the next quarter, this quarter that we're in, is to shift sales from the stores, the brick and mortars, to their website because they've seen a 61% increase. I think that has nothing to do with the fact that people don't shop in stores, and everything to do with they're not giving the stores strong enough exclusives, and they're not doing limited runs anymore. I think that this goes so much deeper than people just aren't buying them from the stores. I think it's much deeper than that. But the way I see this, and this is the conversation I want to talk about, this is going to do away with Funko Pop hunting. You're not gonna hunt for a pop. You're just gonna order it offline. So is that something that we're okay with? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I got into hunting to Funko Pops to hunt them.
Yeah,
So
there's a sense of, I guess, accomplishment. I don't know what else you want to call it when it comes to Funko hunting. But I think that there's two ways to this. First of all, when I first saw this, showing shifting of sales, okay, off of stores, I'm originally thinking, okay, well, Funko's stores, well, they only got really two stores to even talk about, and I think they could increase their profits by putting a larger, heavy focus on adding some more key location stores, like in New York, like possibly Chicago, like Orlando, Florida. And I think that could be key areas. The other thing is you're shifting away from the stores. Well, people aren't going to go buy it in the stores. There's a lot of people, of course, there's a lot of people in this world who don't like going out, where I'd rather just buy everything online and stuff like that. But when Funko is pretty much automatically going to sell the store exclusives on their website, it gives no incentive for the people to go to those stores or to those stores' websites to go buy those, because they know they can just go on to Funko and buy it there. Right. So you're diminishing the value of that sticker because I'm buying it from Funko and I'm not buying it from the store. So again, it's very weak, and I think that's self-created by Funko. Just my perspective.
So Dead Zone says that Funko is changing the way that they sell pops. Makes sense. I guess it makes sense to them, and I hear what you're saying, but I think that it's much deeper than the fact that the stores aren't selling. I think that it's much deeper than that. Here's a question: when was the last time you seen a limited edition Hot Topic exclusive? I know when the last limited one hit. I know for a fact which one it was.
I couldn't tell you. It
was Britney Spears, platinum Britney Spears.
Oh, yeah, I do remember.
5,000 limited piece, platinum Britney Spears was the last Hot Topic limited edition we seen. Now, prior to that, Hot Topic had some pretty limited runs for as long as I can remember. Hot Topic would randomly get limited runs. You don't see that anymore. So you've taken that fear of FOMO away in that aspect. So now when I go to Hot Topic, I don't even have to be the first person in line. I don't have to be the second person in line. I don't even have to go there that day. I can go there days later and continue to find the exclusive that they dropped 4 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, so they're overstocking them to the stores. They're not giving the strong like exclusives. They're not doing limited runs, giving you the fear of running out. It goes so much deeper to me than well, the sales aren't there. So we're going to start shifting to our website. There's some things that I wish they would ship to their website. I wish that the Hollywood exclusives would come from their website. I think they should. I think they've always should have. I've never understood why I can't buy the Funko shop exclusive Funko Hollywood from the actual like shop. Like why it doesn't have a website that I can buy them from.
And that's one thing. You're gonna sell all these other stores exclusives, but you're gonna leave your Funko Hollywood exclusives just to the store. I mean, what kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah, and so I don't know. That's what I'm saying. There's some things that I think that they should shift to their store, like the Funko HQ. 100%, you should throw that up there so everybody can get a chance at it without having to pay scalper fees. And I say scalper fees because unless you have Steven like we do that lives there and is willing to trade you for them, you're simply not going to get them without paying $45.
Yeah.
I mean, it's simply not happening unless you have a Steven like we do. You'd be like, hey, man, I see this one dropped. Can you swing by there? And he's like, yeah, right after work, I'll swing by there and see if I can grab one. That's the only way that you're getting one under $45. It's not happening any other way. So unless you want to pay scalper fees, you can't get those. In that aspect, I see where that makes sense, where I'm like, all right, if you want to start throwing those on your site, I think you should have done that from the get-go.
Yeah.
But I think that by giving these stores week exclusives and then not giving the limited runs and not giving the collectors what they want, you can't then say, well, the store's sales are down, so we're just going to start shifting to our website. I believe that that's something that they've probably been looking at doing for a long time. And all of this is probably just a reason for that to happen even further. But I also believe that diminishes their brand a little bit further. And Dead Zone's 100% correct when he says that they're saving that stuff for the cons and the NFTs now. 100% correct, but to me that doesn't make it right.
No, I mean, I agree with that.
To me, that doesn't make it right. I get it that they probably make a stupid amount of money off of NFTs with very little money invested. Very little money invested. They make just buckets of money for the $2 that they put into it. I get that. The cons, the cons to me are okay. I get it that you have limited stuff at the cons. You should, because you want to draw people to come see you there versus buying it online. I get that. But the other side of it is we used to get really cool exclusives every once in a while. It didn't happen all the time, but every once in a while they would throw those limited runs, and that kept the community hyped behind things, right? I mean, that kept everybody like hyped about this.
Excited for it.
Yeah, excited for it. You know, energy was high. You had all kinds of videos about this Ash versus Evil Dead, right? Everybody made a video about it because it was only a 3,000 piece limited edition that you could only get from FYE on the 5th day of the 8th Sunday on the 9th month of the year, right? So everybody and their mom hyped that up, and then everybody and their mom made videos about that one thing as they were all going to get it. You don't have that anymore. Everybody in the community is making Funko news. That's every channel has a Funko news now. Funko mystery boxes. Everybody's opening Funko mystery boxes. You don't have those hype pieces anymore. And Funko is missing that. Or at least I feel like they are. I feel like Funko is missing that, but I'm not gonna beat on this dead horse any more than I already have. But I just wanted to throw that out there as a food for thought. I think this is going to destroy the hunting aspect of Funkos altogether. I think the days of us hunting pops, if they truly commit to changing everything to their store, to their online, we can kind of give up. He did it again.
Yeah, he did it again.
He did it again. Watch this.
I have just.
That's some serious shit. You lucky you my boy.
I had to do it. I'm sorry.
So this is all the ones I have left, by the way. Anyways, hold on. He still needs the superhero landing. This will for sure empty out this box.
So DC Pops is saying what I was trying to say in a longer version. Funko is just kind of taking the fun out of what they've been doing, and I beg that Funko at some point listens to somebody and just brings back just a little bit of that fun back to what they're doing. What number was that?
There's 12 more, and that's all that's in the box.
There's only that. So he bought out the box.
The box again. There's one.
What we got? What we got? I know what we got.
Empty them all out now. We got another one. See, they were in here.
He was hiding them.
Oh, there's another one. And you just better get a big box ready for Dead Zone.
I hope so. I'll send.
Which one do we have?
Dunny.
I think there should be
Dead Zone
one,
still hasn't
one more.
done a Dunny mystery box. We're gonna do a WayneKo custom Dunny mystery box. gonna do it for Pride Month.
Yep, came down to the last.
I'm gonna sneak some of them in there somehow.
So of course we've got the Pokemon Darkness Ablaze booster pack.
Very true.
We've got
it's just not any fun when they don't sell out.
Star Wars Mystery. We've got. I had to write this one in. Felix the Cat Soda.
Felix the Cat Soda.
And of course we've got the Black Widow Soda Pop.
So what all did you open there?
Huh?
What all did you open there?
All three of your items go to Dead Zone.
There we go. I was trying to make sure what I was sending to Dead Zone. I got you know what I'm going to send Dead Zone a
Dead Zone's going to have
to
to do a WayneTech
I think I'm gonna send Dead Zone a Wayne while I'm at it. I got some new Waynes that I've been working on.
Because here's the thing: is a lot of times I have so much old stuff that because I've been cleaning out some stuff and things like that from when I used to do mystery boxes that I don't really give them away on things like this. But I've got old Bambox stuff. I've got pins galore from Bambox and things like that. So a lot of times, I told my wife. A lot of times, I just kind of toss extra shit into these boxes I send out to people. So
let me tell you what's funny is that I've kind of been doing the same thing. I think that as a channel, we've kind of collected a lot of things that we were never going to use. Like I somehow like have a dozen of these things just sitting around from 2019 that for some reason got put in a bucket and then never opened. Still got the cellophane on them. I mean, just never been opened. I have probably 50 or 60 of these packs. What I was doing with them, I don't even know, but I have them for whatever reason. So it's fun throwing this stuff in, and it's kind of like getting it out of here and getting it to someone else that's going to appreciate it, because it needs to go to a home that someone's going to appreciate it more than I am. Because at this point, it's just like taking up space. I have Post-it notes that are normally sitting right here beside me that for some reason are not sitting right here beside me, but that's okay. I'll get a Post-it note on this. Dead Zone. I'm going to. I have some Waynes that I've been working on that I'm not ready to do any new Waynes, but I am ready to like send Waynes out. So I sent one out to Andrew over at the Lou. It was one of them that I was kind of playing with. I haven't seen a video that he did with it yet. I hope that he does though. I'm gonna send you one. I have one that I'm gonna send you. Did you see?
Chase says you got to do the zombie Wayne from the old sticker.
I think that I have a bunch of different ideas that I'm gonna do. Right now, I'm going to do some Sith Dunnies. I think I've kind of like set that out there. I'm going to do a little run of these things. They're going to be painted in all those, so don't pay this no attention. This is a straight like prototype if you've never seen one. The lightsaber will actually be like a clear red and with the black handle instead of like being like that. So all of it will be completed a little bit better than I have at this moment. So this is 100% a prototype. After I do the real one, I will give the prototype away probably on a live after I do the real one, because I don't believe in keeping these prototypes, but I do like giving them away. So it's really cool though. So at some point, I've got some Dunnies that are coming up. I'm gonna do some new Waynes that are coming up. So there's a lot of cool stuff that kind of happens in the background that nobody really ever sees. I mean, it's just kind of happens. Zombie Wayne would be better than Little Wayne. Well, you know how it goes. So Mr. Beast came out with the Mr. Beast candy bars probably.
Yeah, we see my kids seen them in the store recently.
Maybe a year ago, right? They came out with the Mr. Beast. Here, have you ever been to Mr. Beast's page?
Not his website. I think I do subscribe to him.
So Mr. Beast on his actual his YouTube page, he's always kind of had up top, subscribe to the channel or I'll eat your cookies. right? Or I'll eat your cookie. Maybe it just says cookie, not cookies, but he's always kind of had that like slogan going. I always thought it was kind of creative, to be honest with
Oh
you.
yeah.
He's probably one of the most creative people on YouTube, though. If we're being not creative, but he's learned how to play the system. Let's put
Oh
it that
yeah.
way. He
100%.
has learned how to play the system. Now you can buy Mr. Beast cookies. So in case that you've ever like been sitting there and you were like, man, I wonder what kind of midnight snack I'm gonna have, you can get the vegan, gluten-free Mr. Beast cookies, so he doesn't have to eat your cookies anymore. He has made his own cookie. I seen these the other day and I thought, I cannot believe that this man had went from a guy sitting in front of his that I would have never thought that he was going to take off with the I'm going to count to 1,000,000, or the live's not ending until I do this, or I'm not coming off until I do that. I would have never thought in a bazillion years that that would have worked, but it did. Or would he say I'm gonna say Mr. Beast 1,000 times or something? You know what I mean?
He did that where like he counted to 100,000. He did straight up just counted to 100,000. It's like, wow, okay.
I would have never thought that that kind of content was going to like get any traction. It did. Now the guy has his own candy bars, his own fast food place, his own cookies, his own production studio, basically. I mean, because I seen one of the productions they did, and they must have had a bazillion cameras. They must have had a bazillion lighting. They had lighting teams. I mean, so he is really blown up in what he's doing, and I just think it's phenomenal. Just phenomenal. As much as I want to hate on him about these cookies, I'm only upset that I don't have it like that. Because why not? Why not? What's that?
Exactly. I completely agree with you. And like I said, we've seen these at Walmart. Right? My kids were at Walmart, I don't know, like a week ago, and sure enough, they found the Mr. Beast candy bars. It was funny. We were kind of laughing because one of the flavors is D's nuts.
These nuts.
D's nuts.
That's my phone. I named my phone These Nuts. Anytime I get in any of our vehicles, you know that your phone's now Bluetooth to your vehicle. So any vehicle that I get in, it says connected to These Nuts.
That's funny. That's funny.
When you trying to airdrop me something, you have to airdrop it to These Nuts.
I was with a not to completely change that. You're going now. Going. I had a friend of mine that we were together at something, and it was a big place. He literally went on the airdrop, and he was just sending random pictures. He had, I mean, people would just keep coming up and just keep popping up on airdrop, and he's dropping pictures to everybody's phones. It was actually kind of funny.
These nuts. Anyways, so Quick Draw says they are gross. That was going to be my next question. Had anyone tried them and were they any good? Because I'm going to be honest with you, the packaging didn't do it for me. The packaging told me that they weren't going to be that great. That you can look at the cookie on the outside of the packaging and it looks like it's made of cardboard. I mean, so that was going to be my very next question: is are these things any good?
Couldn't tell you. Now, I do agree with him. I have heard that his Beast Burgers are good.
He says if you ever wanted to know what dirt tastes like.
Go outside and lick some dirt.
If you were ever just curious as to what dirt was going to taste like, this is how you find out. I still have some more pop culture news for y'all though, and I know that y'all want to know this one. This is one of them that kind of took me by surprise. Let me see if I actually like have this one up here. Do I have this one up here? Let's see. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. It doesn't look like I do. So I'll just throw it out there. Did you know that there's rumors that there's going to be a Back to the Future reboot?
I've heard rumors. I've wrote them off because I've already told myself that if they do it, I think Back to the Future is one series that they just need to leave the hell alone. Please leave it alone. Don't touch it. Do not leave it. I mean, just leave it the way it was. It was perfect. It was great. Stop trying to redo everything. Some things don't need to be redone. And I've heard about it, but I choose not to acknowledge it.
What do you mean you choose not to acknowledge it? So they asked Michael J. Fox what he thought about a reboot that was going to be coming out, and I thought I had the article pulled up, but apparently I just read it and didn't pull it up. So Michael J. Fox basically said that he didn't care, that he had already been paid. It's also said that he has been blocking a reboot of this for the past 3 years, that he has personally been blocking a reboot of it. The producers, and you know one of the producers because you talk about him all the time, but I can't think of his name right now. It's actually him and another guy who produced the Back to the Future movies. I guess they've kind of been chopping at the bits to make a reboot of it because they're both getting older in age. What's his name? Geiger?
Who, Bob Iger?
Is it Bob Iger? Geiger?
What are you talking
Geiger?
about? Who originally produced the original?
Yeah,
one?
look at who originally produced it. So
I believe
so
that was
apparently these
Robert Zemeckis.
so apparently these was two of them. So apparently they've been kind of chomping at the bits to get a reboot of it because both of them are getting older in age, and they were
Oh,
one.
the producers were originally Bob Gale and Neil Canton,
That's it, Bob Gale and Neo. So
but
so
it was
they
directed by Robert Zemeckis.
Right. So but they have been chopping at the bits to get their hands on it to do a reboot because they're getting older in age, right? As you get older in age, but Michael J. Fox had been blocking it for the past 3 years. I guess now he's no longer blocking it, and he said that he didn't feel that it was a good thing to do.
No,
But if that's what they wanted to do, that he had
you
already
were
been paid.
literally, because you got to remember, again, at least right now is not the time to do it, because you got to remember that all the people that loved that movie are now, we're all adults, and we push on these things. You are going to get so much flack because of this from the Gen Xers, the Centennials, whatever the hell they are. You're gonna get so much flack by doing this. And Michael J. Fox is correct. I understand why he's backing away from it. I understand why, what's his name? The Doc Brown. I can't remember his real name, but I understand why they're backing out of it. Hollywood's going to do what Hollywood's going to do. They're going to destroy this, and I guarantee you, there's going to be a lot of people just like me who will refuse this. That's just like let's look at one show that completely tanked, that hit horrible ratings, and why? Because you screwed with something that was originally great. And it's simple as one of my all-time favorite movies, A League of Their Own. Great movie. Tom Hanks was the man in that movie. And then you go and bring out a rebooted TV show of it, and it failed miserably. Why? Because you shouldn't touch things sometimes.
So DeLorean made a new Back to the Future
did, which I do think is
car. Yeah, last year they dropped a new DeLorean that you had to be on a waiting list to get, and it was only a very limited run that they were dropping. It is an extremely hot car. If you get a chance, go check that out. DeLorean has been making DeLoreans again. It's extremely rare. It's extremely limited. They're probably extremely expensive. So I'm sure that that's the one they'll make. But let me lay down an argument that's a little bit different. So what if they did the story? What if they did the story of Biff?
Now, if they, I still don't think that's going to work, because again,
what if they did Michael J. Fox's son?
They already showed Michael J. Fox's son.
But let's just say they did his son. What if they did his son?
No.
What if they did? Just name any random character in there. What if they pick it and they told this person's story? What if they did Michael J. Fox's mom's story, which they've already kind of done?
They already kind of did that.
Yeah, they already kind of did that.
That was what was so perfect about the original trilogy. The original trilogy hit all bases. It took Biff through, young Biff, old Biff. It showed how Biff, made his money through the almanac. It showed all those things. It showed, Marty's kids. His son, which looked just like him, of course, which was because it was him. But it showed his son. It showed his daughter. It showed all these different things. It hit all these different levels that really it shouldn't even be spun off. There's no reason. They just don't do it. I mean, none of the actors. Again, what great makes reboots and sometimes even if you want to do some sort of prequel, you have to get original actors, and there's no chance of getting original actors on this anymore. They're all way too old. It's just not going to happen. This is a bad idea. 1,000 Ways to Sunday. I'm all for a decent reboot of some sort. To me, there are certain things that have been made that should just not be made, especially when it comes to pop culture. You know how big I am into 80s and 90s pop culture. Leave it alone. Things like Back to the Future, leave it alone. Breakfast Club, leave it alone. Friggin' Young Guns, leave it alone. A lot of these things just need to be left alone because they were so good the way they were. Just continue to watch it the way they were. And again, if a Back to the Future reboot is meant to be made, make it in another 40 years. Because at that point, the people that are huge fans of it are probably going to be most of them dead, and it's not going to be that big of a deal. But it's just if you do it now, you're just asking to waste your money on this movie. I'm saying this right now.
Have you seen?
I'm so annoyed by that.
Have you seen the new unnumbered Spider-Man that's going to be coming out in the Funko Soda collection?
I've seen this a little bit. I didn't realize they were unnumbered.
So these are unnumbered cans. You're going to have the Amazon exclusive, which looks a lot like the regular one to me. And then you're going to have this other one that's not an exclusive anywhere. That's then going to have the unmask. Both of them look a lot like the same exclusive to me. Then you're going to have the rest of the characters, which is one of them's going to be Funko Hollywood. Then you're going to have Target.
And real quick, Chase, it wouldn't be on Disney anyways. Back to the Future is a Universal license.
You have Gwen, the Spot. There's so many of the Spider-Man suits are all going to be hitting.
I have not seen this movie yet, and I have heard good things about Across the Spider-Verse. You know me, I just don't get into sodas, and I think not numbering them is just making the soda fans out there just outraged. If this is again another failure to not pay attention to the screw ups that you do. You guys attempted to do no number, it failed. People didn't like it, people didn't buy it, and now you do it again.
And again. And again. So anyways, my biggest hang up with all of these is the fact that there's no numbers on the can. They're not going to be a limited run, even though Funko sodas have always been an open limited, and I kind of proved that in a few different videos that they're an open limited run, which means that there could be 10,000, there could be 100,000. You don't really know because it's open. There's no real way of knowing exactly how many are out there. They've never been truly limited, but they were a lot more limited than these are. But I also think that they took the numbers off of them because not putting on it that it's an open-end limited is very deceiving. So maybe there was some legal repercussions that maybe they could have started facing that they were concerned about facing. I don't know. I'm not a fan of not having the numbers on it. The only one I like is the clear Spider-Man. I think that the Chase variant version of that one is a really weak Chase variant. Why I would want the Chase variant to be painted.
It almost seems like that should be backwards.
That really seems backwards to me, but I think Funko does that sometimes just to troll us now. They're like, hey, watch us flip them backwards so that you won't be able to know. I wouldn't buy any of them in the stores quick draw. I did a video on this, and I don't know if you've seen it, but you don't really have to have a scale to weigh these. You can weigh these right at the register. All of your registers now weigh to the gram. I mean, and that's because of produce and stuff like that, and they've gotten so much more sophisticated than they've ever been before. I wouldn't do it just because I know that there's a lot of employees that are going to take advantage of the fact that they can walk them right up to the register. They can put them on it. They can tell you which one is a Chase variant, which one is not a Chase variant. They're not open 24 hours anymore, so I guarantee you that the employees are doing it when the stores aren't open. So there's no real way of trying to catch them and pull up their rule book that you know better than they do. there's just no way of doing that anymore. That I wouldn't do it. I simply wouldn't do it. It's unless you just want the common. Unless it's like I want the common. I see that the comment. Unless you just want the common, I wouldn't do it because you're just not gonna get it. There's no chance of the chase variant, and that's the part of that was disappointing to me. Is that I'm not going to collect a soda that I have no chance of ever getting the chase variant, and that I know that there's no chance of it. But I mean, there's also no guarantees in getting a chase anymore. I mean, you know that they quit doing the 1 in every 6, right?
Yeah.
So it used to be you could buy a case of
and you knew you were going to get one in it.
and you knew that one of them was going to be a chase. I've done it a few times, and just to get the chase of something, I would order all 6 of them. They did away with that process. So they said that they never guaranteed it to begin with, even though I thought that it was an unspoken guarantee that if I ordered a case, I would get a chase. That's not the case anymore. I mean, so even if you bought a case of them, I guess it's not knowing if it's going to be a chase anymore. You seem like so entertained though.
I'm looking at different things, but here's my thing though with those is I was just imagining for a second there though that could you when this movie came out and they've got the license for this Spider and Into the Spider-Verse or Across the Spider-Verse, and they saw how many different Spider-Men are in this, do you think that somebody in that design group, I could just imagine this design group going, oh man, we've got so many different Spider-Mans, we can make a whole big deal that people love Spider-Man. You just see them getting overly excited about this when in reality, yeah, you're going to have the hardcore Spider-Man people are going to get it. And then you're going to have a lot of people going,
hey, so I have a question for you.
Darth Vader.
I'm willing to bet that when they made the movie with the intention of making as many license agreements as they possibly could.
Yeah,
what do you got going on next week? What do you got going on next week?
I don't know, dude. I really don't.
You don't know.
I don't. I don't know what's going on right now, to be honest. I'm trying to rework some stuff, and I haven't done my new show in a couple weeks for multiple reasons. I'm trying to rework that, trying to rework my time frame. Now that things with schedules have calmed down a little bit and come back more into a normal state, I'm trying to figure a lot of things out. I want to get back out vlogging again, but trying to figure out when and where to do it. So there's a lot of things going on. So I don't know. I'd like to say let's hope there'll be a new show this weekend. I will say for 100%, I will be on Funko Friends podcast this Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See how that goes. Well, it's the first time I've been a guest on somebody else's show in a long time, so I don't know what to expect from that. But I know Disney stuff is coming. I'm still figuring out the time frame. Still trying to rework some stuff. It's not that I don't want to put out videos or want to go out and film. I'm just trying to figure out the time framing and everything going on right now. So still come, but again, I'm not worried. If I got to take a small break to figure this out, then that's what I'll do. But just kind of going about it and just having fun. You know me, I don't take this overly serious by any means. I like what I do, and I like to be able to show videos and hear people's comments and stuff like that. That I've helped them in different ways. But and you even brought an idea to my head that I can even do on here at the studio without you even realizing it. So I got some ideas, but it's going to take some time. So I don't know what I got going on. But other than Saturday, I will be online.
You got to get it figured out, man.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna have to get your life together.
the life part is there. I'm good with that. School, I'm good with that. I've got into my class right now. I just got to figure out my scheduling for everything else, and that'll come. Once I get that figured out, then we'll be on a roll, and we'll keep on going. But I just want to thank y'all for coming on by, hanging out with us. Dead Zone for buying out all the eggs, and greatly appreciated as always. You know, what about you? I know you got some good videos. You know, middle of the month. What's the game plan for them?
I don't really know right now. Maybe Friday will be a hunt video. Maybe Monday will be. I don't really know. I've been pretty bad at planning stuff lately. I don't really know. You'll just have to like come Friday, hang out, and find out. Come hang out Friday and find out. We truly appreciate you guys for hanging out.
Don't forget, a lot going on this weekend. Saturday morning chase. Saturday night Funko Friends with Funko Friends podcast.
Yes, you're gonna have to go hang out.
Sunday night is the luau.
100% gonna have to go hang out. Guys, we appreciate y'all. Have a good night.
Have a good one.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Sometimes the easiest things to do take the longest amount of time to get done. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that, but before we get out of here real quick, guys, don't forget to go check our channel memberships out. These are both very new features to Mr. Techbot and myself, but we're both very proud that we have made it to this point. So go check out our memberships. The link should be down in the description below. If it's not down in the description below, you should be able to go to any one of our videos and it'll be down in the description below. So make sure you go check that out. It's super cool, fun way to get interactive with the channel. You'll get some really cool icons, some really cool emojis you can drop over in that super chat. You can drop over there in that chat so that you can flex on everybody a little bit. And don't forget that any and all super chats will go down in the description after this video is over. Give us 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes to get it down in there. I mean, we might not be able to do it right away. You know, we've got to eat dinner and still hang out with our family, but we truly appreciate all of you guys, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good one.